Alrighty, well I got this Movcan V30 Pro Max, and a couple things to check on these things are, especially when you first get them, is, make sure that these spokes are all nice and tight. At least, don't over tighten them, but make sure that those are tight, because when I got this thing, they were pretty dang loose. Another thing is also check the drive, this drive gears back here. Make sure that those are straight. It seems like I may have a little bit of run out there. Yeah, I just forgot the term for it. I'm still new to these bikes, okay? I'm used to motorcycles and stuff, but yeah, bicycles and e-bikes and stuff are new. Anyways, when I first got this thing, actually it's still like this, was that the headlight, the harness that goes to the headlight itself doesn't really, it works intermittently, so the actual wires themselves got pinched, and sometimes if I don't have this wiring harness in the right position, it's, see this wire down here, then the horn won't work, and then the lights won't work. Sometimes the lights will work, then the horn won't work, and vice versa. It's kind of funky. So yeah, check that. Another thing is your caliper alignment on these too. When you first get it, just loosen up these caliper screws here. What is it? Pull on the brake lever until it's nice and tight, and then cinch that down, because those were, this caliper itself wasn't aligned with the disc. Yeah, it was rubbing quite a bit. Another thing that you want to look out for is the seat here. So on my particular one, the front cushion and the rear cushion of the seat is nice and stiff, but for some reason in the middle it squishes very easily. So yeah, check that. I'm currently in contact with the customer support trying to potentially get another seat and some other parts. So customer support seems pretty good so far. We'll see if they actually ship the parts and all that. But so far they've been fairly responsive, so that's been pretty good. Another thing that you want to check is the tightness of pretty much all the hardware. So pretty much, was it the caliper bolts? They were fine. Obviously the hardware up here for the handlebars, this clamp right here, one of the screws came bent just because I guess it got damaged in shipping or something like that. I just have the screw in there as a temporary, but yeah, it's like curved like that. It's pretty dang bad, especially if you're riding it on dirt roads and stuff and kind of treating it like a sort of dirt bike. Yeah. Then what may end up happening is the bolts that go in the rear shock here, those can loosen up. So mine down here, that one actually, I got back from a ride yesterday and I checked that, and that completely loosened up. Not enough for it to fall out, but it was, there was like 4 threads hanging out. So yeah, check that. Also, if you're doing the off-roading thing too, I tighten these things up like pretty dang good. The nuts that go on the front axle here, check them. Not this particular one, this one goes on the rear, but you have a safety washer that goes in there, indexes in there, and then that indexes with that hole right there. Then you have a washer that goes on top of that, and then you have the nut. Well, the problem is that when you put the washer on there, it does not fully sit in this recess here. It actually creates a little bit of a gap, enough for it to make this nut rattle enough to make this thing loosen up. I friggin' lost mine on one side. I just pulled off to a park, and I was just, admiring the bike, taking pictures of it. And I looked around, and I saw this dang thing wobbling. The front wheel was wobbling just by turning the handlebars. And yeah, my nut and the washers were completely missing on one side, so I just limped it home. But yeah, definitely check that. And I'm even considering drilling holes like in the very top portion here. Just running a hole straight through there and then putting a cotter pin on either side, because I really do not want that to happen, especially if you're at around 20 miles an hour or, the top speed of this thing, like 36. That could be really problematic if you hit a bump or something. You lose your wheel. So yeah, check the tightness of that. And another thing which was kind of stupid on my part, but make sure that when you have these batteries, that you make sure that this thing is locked. Completely forgot to lock it. I went to go and jump a curb, and lo and behold, this thing slid off, boom, and then fell off the bike into the road, and then it skidded on the bottom. Luckily, the thing didn't crack or anything. You can see it just got some road rash on the very bottom of it. But make sure that you have these things locked, you know, like when it's on here, like push this, slide this one forward, you know, make sure it's actually indexed right, and then same thing with the bottom one. So yeah, fun stuff. I mean, it is a cheaper e-bike, especially for a dual motor. It's right around $1,000, but at the same time, yeah, definitely want to look into this stuff and definitely get in contact with support if you have problems, or return it, which is not what I'm going to do, but, you know, consider that if you end up getting a dud. But seems like customer support so far has been helpful. So anyways, if you guys like this video, like it. If you didn't, dislike it. Anyways, catch you guys in the next one. See ya. And yeah, look out for some more content on this thing when I get this thing back together. Just shoring up the wheels and just, yeah, just making sure everything's tight on these. I've ridden it a few times, but I'm finally getting around to just doing the spokes. And, you know, I was fixing this because this wasn't spinning correctly. Still might have to swap that out, but so far, after shooting some silicone oil through it and just working it through, what is it, down there, you know, filling that up with silicone and then spraying it through with a rag on the other side and just hitting it with some compressed air afterwards just to blow like any dirt or whatever debris could be in here. Seems to be working fine, so we'll see. Anyways, look out for more stuff with this. God bless you guys. Catch you guys in the next one. See ya. You know, I personally don't know what they were thinking putting those tiny washers on there. They really should have included bigger ones. Like, what are you thinking, Movcan? Dang.